Welcome back to Retirement Coffee Talk with Charisse Rivers at Zinnia Wealth. Online, zinniawealth.com, ZINNIA wealth.com. All right, so since interest rates have gone up, a lot of people are moving their money to things like CDs and money markets. They're moving it out of the market. Raymond James and Charles Schwab are saying this. Wah, they're not happy about that.
I know.
So they're
downsizing their employees,
they're experiencing a decrease in revenues right now. But it is very obvious what people are doing. If you are given the choice between high returns and high risk or reasonable returns with less risk, people are choosing the low risk route. But Charisse, I have this question for you. There are a lot of people that we talk about that are risk adverse. Now, can you be risk adverse and still get the growth that you need to fund your retirement?
There is no better time than the present on that thought, and there's more available than there ever has been in the last 14 years. So the answer is yes. And here's what the listener has to think about. It depends on your age, your time horizon, where you're at in life, because this could be bogus information to you. But if you're near retirement or in retirement, it's not what you make, it's what you keep that counts. The last 30 to 40 years, you've been in accumulation phase. Now the next 30 years in retirement, we got to go into the preservation phase. It is the hardest thing to train your mind, even though you know it to be true, but to actually do it is the next step that a lot of people don't want to take because the fear of missing out, FOMO, I don't want to miss out. Is this really true? Can this be done? And you're only going to know if this is true and can be done if you have a written plan, you can see it. Like if you go back to 2008, Randy, it was an 18-month decline. S&P lost 50.1%. You took the elevator down so fast over that 18 months, it was so painful. And guess what? You crawled up the stairs to get back to even for the next 5 years. That was almost a 7-year period where if you were in retirement and you were in my office and we lost those kind of dollars, which would not happen because we have, safe strategies built in here, that you wouldn't be able to touch your money, right? Because if you did, you'll never get back to even, and you will be one of those people that we hear about today from 2001 and 2008 already, those two big crashes that say the number one worry in retirement is running out of money because they did, or they're about to, or they had to take less money for the rest of their retirement because they didn't plan better and they didn't see the written plan or even have one at all. So don't stick your head in the sand and just think everything's going to work out because it did before, because you were contributing, because you didn't sell, it came back. Because when you start to live on these dollars, it changes the game. Retirement has changed. You have to start looking to other all-weathered investments that you can draw from when the market goes from, because they're out there and they have an amazing reasonable rate of return, especially now that you can lock in for a very long time in the future if you are worried. And somebody came into my office, been my client for a couple of years. And I remember a husband and wife, but the husband said, Charisse, I don't know what people are saying about this type of investment. It's been great. It's worked well. If you're looking for safety, why would anybody go that direction? I said, because there's a lot of naysayers in the market. There's a lot of talking heads. There's a lot of noise and it's confusing. And sometimes it's a popularity contest and you go with the popular dude. I get it. Right. So we want to be very careful. And it's not what you make, it's what you keep. And If you're in retirement and you're not thinking like that, I'm very shocked because you got to start thinking like that.
Well, as you look at yourself in the mirror and you try to figure out, well, how much do I want to be in that market? If the answer is very, very little, this is a really good time for you. This is a good time to sit down with Charisse and talk through this. If there was a commercial on the radio for, let's say, a car dealership or something like that, and they said, we haven't seen prices this good in 30 years. You'd go, maybe it's time to go down to the lot and buy a car. Well, we haven't seen interest rates like this in 20 or 30 years. This is a good time to sit down and talk to Charisse about your safe money, your low-risk money, and being out of that market. If that's where your head is, let's get a meeting and let's talk through the new options that are out there right now for you. And this window may close next year very slowly, but it may close. 833-368-3680 is our number. Give us a call. Let's do the math on your retirement. Find us online at zinniawealth.com, ZINNIA wealth.com. Click on that big gold box that says complimentary retirement consultation.
Thanks for listening to the Retirement Coffee Talk podcast. If you have questions or would like to begin the process of building a tailored retirement plan, call Zinnia Wealth at 803-368-3680 or find us online at zinniawealth.com.
Charisse Rivers is an investment advisor representative of Zinnia Wealth Advisory, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Charisse Rivers is licensed in your state, please contact their office. Zinnia Wealth Advisory, LLC is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client. They are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Charisse Rivers, NPN Insurance License Number 8718011.